Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the latest developments in the US political scene. Following Donald Trump's re-election as the 47th President of the United States, we're seeing a shakeup in government leadership with a roster of key appointments that will likely influence the next 4 years. From foreign policy hawks to loyalists with strong views on immigration, Trump's new cabinet picks signal some big shifts. Let's explore what these choices could mean for America and the world. Department of Government Efficiency. Elon Musk. Trump has named Elon Musk and former GOP presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy to co-lead a newly established Department of Government Efficiency. This role is aimed at streamlining government functions by reducing bureaucracy and cutting down on unnecessary spending and regulations. The new department, informally known as DOGE, will operate outside of the traditional government structure, bypassing Senate approval, allowing Musk to retain control over his companies, Tesla, SpaceX, and social media platform X. Trump indicated that Musk and Ramaswamy's roles are part of his administration's vision to dismantle government bureaucracy and slash excess regulations. The department will collaborate with the White House and the Office of Management and Budget to bring an entrepreneurial approach to government, with a deadline set for July 4th, 2026, the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. Musk, the world's wealthiest individual and an outspoken supporter of Trump, contributed millions to Trump's campaign and is expected to wield considerable influence in the administration. His focus on government efficiency may involve using his technological and private sector expertise to recommend structural changes across federal agencies, potentially benefiting sectors he champions, like artificial intelligence and cryptocurrency. The initiative has received mixed reactions. Equity analyst Daniel Ives from Wedbush Securities commented that Musk's involvement will likely be a significant advantage for him and Tesla. Conversely, Lisa Gilbert, co-president of Public Citizen, criticized the appointment as the ultimate corporate corruption, pointing out Musk's past regulatory issues. In a rally appearance, Musk stated that DOGE would prioritize transparency by sharing all actions online, and he promised a leaderboard to expose what he termed insanely dumb spending of taxpayer dollars. Musk estimates that the department could reduce federal spending by at least $2 trillion, aligning with Trump's broader fiscal goals. Department of Health and Human Services. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Trump has nominated Robert F. Kennedy Jr. as Secretary of Health and Human Services, a choice that signals a controversial shift in the nation's public health leadership. Known for his outspoken criticism of vaccines and his promotion of alternative health practices, Kennedy is expected to face a challenging Senate confirmation process, with Trump's pick testing the loyalty of several Republican senators who have previously expressed concerns over Kennedy's views. Kennedy accepted the role after spending several days in Palm Beach following the election. Trump's transition team initially dismissed rumors that Kennedy would lead HHS, but Trump ultimately decided on the appointment, emphasizing his commitment to choosing agency heads who align with his vision for a reformed government. Kennedy, who ran as an independent candidate against President Biden, had made public health a central focus of his campaign. He emphasized the need to address what he called the chronic disease epidemic, advocating for food safety reforms, holistic medicines, and public funding overhauls in vaccine research. After suspending his campaign and endorsing Trump in August, Kennedy has frequently appeared with Trump at rallies, where Trump suggested he would give Kennedy broad authority over health, food, and medicine in his administration. In recent interviews, Kennedy has outlined plans to significantly reshape public health policies, pledging to investigate vaccine safety and questioning the role of fluoride in drinking water. He has also proposed sweeping personnel changes at public health agencies, including the National Institutes of Health, stating that he aims to eliminate corruption and conflicts of interest within regulatory bodies. According to Kennedy, Trump has directed him to restore scientific integrity within these agencies, emphasizing evidence-based medicine and working to reduce chronic disease nationwide. If confirmed, Kennedy's leadership at HHS could mark a stark departure from traditional public health approaches, sparking debates on the direction of federal health policies under Trump's administration. National Security Advisor Mike Waltz. Trump has chosen Representative Mike Waltz, a Florida congressman and former Army Green Beret, as his national security advisor. Waltz has been vocal about a tougher stance on China, and he's pushed for NATO allies to increase their defense spending. With Waltz on board, we can expect a more aggressive approach to global security issues, particularly in countering Chinese influence. His appointment suggests a continuation of Trump's America First foreign policy, prioritizing national security interests abroad, especially in hotspots like Eastern Europe. Waltz may also be a key figure in shaping policies related to NATO and Ukraine, as he's advocated for pushing Ukraine and Russia toward a negotiated end to the ongoing war. U.S. Ambassador to Israel, Mike Huckabee. Mike Huckabee, former governor of Arkansas and a longtime supporter of Trump, is set to become the U.S. Ambassador to Israel. Huckabee is a vocal advocate of Israel, having criticized the previous administration's stance on a ceasefire with Hamas. His appointment signals a likely alignment with Israel's interests, especially regarding national security and counterterrorism. Huckabee's influence may strengthen U.S.-Israel relations and support more conservative policy stances on Middle Eastern issues. Secretary of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem. Trump's pick for Homeland Security is South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem. Known for her loyalty to Trump, Noem will oversee a department responsible for immigration, cybersecurity, and anti-terrorism. She's expected to enforce Trump's ambitious immigration policies, which may include mass deportations and increased border security. Given her background, Noem's leadership might lead to tighter immigration controls and a strong focus on domestic security issues. Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Reports indicate that Trump is leaning toward Florida Senator Marco Rubio for Secretary of State. Rubio, once a competitor of Trump's, has developed a more collaborative relationship with him over recent years. Known as a foreign policy hawk, Rubio has taken tough stances on both China and Iran, and he could play a central role in shaping American foreign policy. Rubio's views align with Trump's approach to achieving a negotiated settlement in the Ukraine conflict. So we could see significant efforts in diplomacy, albeit with a focus on maintaining U.S. dominance on the world stage. EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin. Former New York Congressman Lee Zeldin has been tapped to lead the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA. Zeldin is known for his strong support of Trump's America First agenda, and Trump has indicated that Zeldin will lead with a deregulatory focus. This means we might see a reduction in environmental regulations to boost American business interests. Zeldin's appointment is likely to spark debates, particularly with advocates concerned about environmental protections. Deputy Chief of Staff for Policy, Stephen Miller. Stephen Miller, a key figure in Trump's first administration, is expected to rejoin as Deputy Chief of Staff for Policy. Known for his hardline views on immigration, Miller was behind the family separation policy and other strict immigration measures. His appointment suggests Trump's administration will continue to prioritize aggressive immigration reforms, and we might even see the revival of some previously controversial policies. Expect Miller's influence to be significant on issues relating to border security and the Department of Homeland Security. Border Czar, Tom Homan. Former ICE Director Tom Homan will serve as Trump's border czar, taking a leading role in implementing border policies. Homan's role will likely be central to Trump's plans for mass deportations of undocumented migrants. Known for his firm stance on immigration enforcement, Homan's influence may lead to a more robust approach at the border, with increased deportations and stronger efforts to reduce illegal immigration. UN Ambassador Elise Stefanik. Elise Stefanik, a New York Congresswoman, will represent the U.S. as the ambassador to the United Nations. Stefanik's background aligns closely with Trump's diplomatic objectives, and she may bring a more conservative voice to the UN. especially on issues like national sovereignty and security. Her appointment could lead to more assertive U.S. stances on global issues and a push for reforms within the UN system. Chief of Staff, Susie Wiles. Trump's campaign co-manager, Susie Wiles, has been named his White House Chief of Staff, marking a historic first as the first woman in this role. Wiles' influence is expected to be significant as she brings her campaign experience to help implement Trump's policy agenda. Her selection suggests that Trump values loyalty and political strategy, with Wiles potentially playing a central role in day-to-day White House operations. Energy Secretary, Doug Burgum. North Dakota. Governor. Doug Burgum is a top contender for Energy Secretary. Burgum has experience working with the oil industry, and he's likely to support Trump's energy policies aimed at bolstering domestic production. As Energy Secretary, Burgum could play a critical role in coordinating Trump's energy policies, potentially reviving coal and oil industries and reducing environmental restrictions. Defense Secretary Mike Rogers. Reports suggest Trump is considering House Armed Services Chair Representative Mike Rogers for Defense Secretary. Rogers has a history of advocating for a strong military presence and national security. Should Rogers get the role, his leadership could lead to increased military spending and a focus on strengthening the U.S. armed forces. Education Secretary Vivek Ramaswamy, or Betsy DeVos. For Education Secretary, Trump may turn to former GOP candidate Vivek Ramaswamy or bring back Betsy DeVos. Both figures align with Trump's vision for the education department, including reducing federal involvement in public education and returning control to the states. Trump's cabinet selections reflect his America First agenda and a commitment to policies focused on national security, deregulation, and aggressive immigration control. From Mike Waltz's stance on China to Stephen Miller's immigration policies, each appointee brings a clear agenda that aligns with Trump's broader vision. The next 4 years promise to be eventful as his team tackles major challenges domestically and internationally. Stay tuned to see how these appointments unfold and what impact they'll have on the government's approach to some of the most pressing issues facing America today. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates and analysis. Until next time, stay curious.